Hello, good to be with you here on Maisha Prime News. You're definitely watching Maisha Television. We bring you factual, trusted and authoritative news from different parts of the country and beyond. Our focus is to inform and also educate you on news making headlines. I'm Rida Kering Chebet, and these are some of the stories prepared for you. Tonight,
na badala ya kurudi katika uchaguzi tena, tutangaze washindi, tuende tukachukue kiapo.
Azimio la Umoja One Kenya presidential candidate Raila Odinga now wants the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission chairperson Wafula Chebukati to be kicked out of office and be replaced by Deputy Vice Chairperson Juliana Cherera. Also tonight,
we are done with our obligation of submitting those election materials to the court as per the court rules and regulations.
IEBC has submitted all election forms in response to the various presidential petitions filed at the Supreme Court. Plus, Kimilili Member of Parliament-elect Didmas Barasa granted bail by Bungoma Court after being arraigned over the murder of Brian Olunga. Alright, welcome on board, and we begin with campaigns where Raila Odinga, the Azimio la Umoja presidential candidate, now wants the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission IEBC chairperson Wafula Chebukati recused himself from overseeing the elections in Kakamega and Mombasa counties. Raila, who campaigned for Abdul Somad Sharif Nasir's gubernatorial bid, argued that Chebukati, one of several parties named in over 7 petitions challenging the presidential election results, is unqualified to oversee the 2 elections. According to Raila, Chebukati's deputy Juliana Cherera, one of the commissioners who raised doubts about the results, should oversee the 2 elections, as Millicent Makoha reports.
Orange Democratic Movement Party leader Raila Odinga arrived at the World Waters Complex in Mombasa to drum up support for the party's Mombasa gubernatorial candidate Abdul Somad Nasir.
Sasa hapa Mombasa na Kakamega ni kipima joto. Nataka si nyinyi kama wana Azimio na wana Jubilee na wana Chungwa na wana Wiper, nyote kutoka hapa murudi nyumbani. Kampeni tulimaliza. Iliyobaki sasa ni kuambia watu wetu wajitokeze siku ile, siku ya Jumatatu. Wajitokeze wote kwa wengi, waende wapige kura kwa Abdul Somad Sharif Nasir. Hii ndio sababu mimi nimekuja. Kwanza nimekuja kusema poleni, pili kutia nyinyi moyo. Nataka nyinyi mkienda kila mahali mmetoka, Kisauni, Nyali, Mbita, Likoni, Changamwe, Jomvu, kila mahali hatutaki mtu yetu yote ilale.
This is Raila's first visit to Mombasa since the August 9th general elections.
Na badala ya kurudi katika uchaguzi tena, tutangaze washindi, tuende tukachukue kiapo. Ati mwingine anajaribu kununua watu, ananunua wabunge, hata wale makandidates ambao walianguka, ati president elect, president shit. President elect sio mwingine ila ni nani? Nani tena?
The Azimio la Umoja presidential candidate was accompanied by his running mate Martha Karua.
Wacheni Jumatatu tufuatilie haki yetu, tupate Mombasa na Kakamega tuwe na 24 wakiwa na 21. Ionyeshe wazi ya kwamba walio wengi wako nyuma ya baba. Tumekubaliana? Na ujue wewe ndio umeibiwa ushindi wako. Kura ni zenu, ni nyinyi mko nyuma ya nani? Kwa hivyo fanya hiyo kukasirika kwako sababu umeibiwa ikufanye uingie kwa kila nyumba kuambia watu wetu watokelezee wamchague Abdulswamad. Mimi nimefurahia, kwanza niseme asante sana. Mulitupatia 26 MCAs out of 30. Na kura zilizo nyingi Mombasa mmepatia baba. Asante sana. Hizo nguvu zenu muzitoe sasa tupate gavana. Mimi nataka kuzungumza tu kidogo juu ya umuhimu wa gavana. Mambo yote yako ya kila siku ile inakusumbua, iko ofisi ya gavana, iko county government. Ujue ukikosea kuchagua gavana, hata tukipatiwa ushindi wetu ambao umecheleweshwa, baba akitoa amri akiwa Nairobi, wewe upate baba care. Kama ni gavana ambaye hamsikizi baba care yako itachelewa. Mipango yako yote itachelewa. Wamezoea kuita watu project. Abdulswamad ni project ya watu wa Mombasa. Ni project yenu? Ni project yenu? Wale ni project ya makateli ambayo wanapora nchi yetu. Msipomchagua gavana anafaa, ile poti yenu itakuwa na miguu, itatembea. Mkitaka kazi zenu zirudi, mambo irudi Mombasa, gavana ni Abdulswamad. Ujue Jumatatu ni haki yako unafuatilia, ni maisha yako unafuatilia. Tafadhali mtupatie gavana ataweza kutekeleza ile manifesto yetu, zile sera zetu, sera ambazo ni za kukufaidi wewe.
The Azimio la Umoja leaders on a charm offensive on Mombasa requested residents to come out in large numbers on Monday, August 29th to vote for Sharif Nasir as the governor of the coastal town.
Mimi hii ngoma nilizaliwa ndani yake. Papa akizaliwa hafunzwi kuoga, my friend. Kila njia munaojaribu tuko ngangare na nyinyi. Siku hiyo ndo mtajua ya kwa mamangu anaitwa Mama Nasimu na mimi si mwandazimu. Jaribuni kufanya yale mulijaribu kuyafanya. Tena mimi nimebarikiwa, niko na majeshi ya kutosha. Niko na majeshi wa kutosha. Wewe leta wale utakaowaleta. Walete wale watakaojaribu kukuongezea kura za kompyuta. Sisi kila ukijaribu hivi na hivi, safari hii mulijaribu kuhakikisha ile mchezo wa dakika 90 mukatupatia red card. Ile mchezo mwingine wa penalty mukajaribu kutupatia red card. Safari hii tuwafunga na kisigino, my friend.
Hatuwezi kubali kufanywa umbwa. kufukuza swara kwenda mbio, tukimkamata Chebukati apelekea paka hiyo nyama. Hatuwezi kubali tabia hiyo. Na naomba Mama Martha Koome, naona ni mama ambaye uko very independent na ataka justice. Nataka uwe mwanamke wa kwanza ulimwenguni kunalify uchaguzi huu wa wizi. No kinalify mama, na kuomba kwa hisani yako, tangaza Raila Amolo Odinga kama rais wa Kenya.
Mimi pale Supreme Court nilibeba box number 24. Uliona box number 24? Na hapo ndio sasa hiyo box ndio ya kupeleka Ruto nyumbani. Ipo siku, si ndio? Na itafika hiyo siku bado baba atainua Biblia, si ndio? Na kusema mimi Raila Amolo na jinsi baba alivyoahidi. Hiyo siku akiinua Biblia juu, utapata message 3 kwa simu yako. Akimaliza tu hivi, sikia, akimaliza na kusema na Mungu nisaidie, message ya kwanza bado ni ile shilingi 1000 ngapi? 6. Unaipata? Baada hiyo 6,000, baada hiyo 6,000, message ya pili itatoka kwa mzee wako ama boyfriend wako, kama alikuwa ametoroka na kurudi nyumbani. Atasema kwa message, mzee wako atasema nini? Baby nakuja nyumbani. Unajua ni kwa nini anarudi? Kama ni school fees ndiyo ilimfanya toroke, baba amefanya nini? Kama ni nyumba ilifanya atoroke, baba amefanya nini? Kama ilikuwa ni matibabu angeweza ya watoto, baba amefanya nini?
However, the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission has faulted Azimio leader Raila Odinga over his remarks calling for the resignation of Chairperson Wafula Chebukati ahead of Kakamega and Mombasa gubernatorial polls. In a statement dated Wednesday, August 24th, the IEBC accused the former Prime Minister of misleading Kenyans regarding the management of the suspended polls. IEBC explained that the postponed election slated for Monday, August 29th will be overseen by returning officers, not Chebukati. The commission clarified that returning officers charged with conducting the exercise had already been gazetted before the elections were off. For Maisha Prime News, Maisha Television, I'm Millicent Makoha.
Thank you so much, Millicent Makoha. The Kenya Kwanza Brigade also took their campaigns to Nakuru County, drumming up support for Paul Chebor, a UDA candidate in Rongai constituency, where they will be seeking to unseat incumbent Rongai Member of Parliament Raymond Moi. Moi is defending his seat on a KANU ticket. Rigathi was joined by Nakuru Governor-elect Susan Kihika, Elgeyo Marakwet Senator Kipchumba Murkomen, among other Kenya Kwanza leaders. IEBC Chairman Wafula Chebukati had on August 8th suspended elections in some elective seats across the country following a mix-up in printing of ballot papers. Chepchumba Sharon is on that story.
Chamge, Yomune, God is good.
Deputy President-elect Rigathi Gachagua led campaigns for United Democratic Alliance candidate in Rongai constituency, where KANU's Raymond Moi is looking to retain the seat for the 3rd time.
Sasa Rongai mutaamua, munataka kukaa kwa serikali ama kwenda upinzani? Wangapi wanasema munataka kukaa kwa serikali?
Gachagua persuaded Rongai residents to vote in favor of United Democratic Alliance candidate Paul Chebor for the parliamentary election scheduled for Monday, August 29th.
Basi sisi pale kwetu wamenituma, wameniambia mfanye kama hawa. Si mlichagua William Ruto? Hawa walichagua William Ruto. Nyumba yake wakampatia askari kutoka juu mpaka chini. Wameniomba nikuje hapa niambie watu ya Rongai mumetengeneza urafiki na watu ya mlima. Vile watu wa mlima walifanya, wakapatia William Ruto askari ya UDA, mfanye hivyo Jumatatu ijayo. Mtafanya namna hiyo? Mmeamua mjaamua? Candidate wetu wa UDA anaitwa nani? Anaitwa nani? Huyu anaitwa Bamba. Huyu Kenani. Ni Bamba sawa sawa. Mmeamua mjaamua. Wapi kura ya mama Ochebo?
Gachagua once again lauded the residents of Mount Kenya region for overwhelming voting for him and President-elect William Ruto during the 9th August presidential election.
Kazi mukatupatia Governor Susan Keheka. Asante sana watu ya Nakuru. Ni pia nataka nitoe shukrani kwa kutupatia senator wetu Mama Tabitha Keroshe kwa tikiti ya UDA. Asanteni sana. Pia nitoe shukrani kwa kutupatia women rep wetu Liza Chelule, natoa shukrani. Na wakaaji wa Nakuru, ningetaka nitoe hakikisho ya kwamba mumemaliza kazi yenu. Kazi imebaki ni yangu, William Ruto, Susan Keheka, tufanyie nyinyi kazi.
Ruto's United Democratic Alliance UDA party garnered the most votes and seats even after Uhuru called upon the residents to rally behind Jubilee Party and the Azimio team.
Na ndio sisi pale kwa Mount Kenya tulipiga kura 84% kwa William Ruto. Na hatukupiga ati namna hiyo, tulikaa chini na tukasema hatutakubali jamii ya Mount Kenya ipotee laini, tuonekane sisi ni waongo, sisi ni wakora, sisi ni watu wa kudanganya wengine na kutumia watu vibaya. Tukasema lazima tuige na tutafute heshima ya jamii ya Mount Kenya. Martha Karua mdogo wake pahali anapigia kura inaitwa Bungoma Primary School, Raila alipata kura 83, William Ruto 887. Sasa nimesikia Martha Karua akisema it is not over until it is over. Kama wewe pahali unapigia kura umepatia Raila 83 votes, si waliangusha hiyo mzee? Si walimwangusha na kumdanganya? Lakini si alikubali kudanganywa? Lakini sisi tulisimama na ukweli, na sisi hata kwa hii serikali ya William Ruto tutasimama na ukweli. Hata William Ruto rafiki yetu na kiongozi wetu, president wetu mpya, tutaendelea kumwambia ukweli mchana usiku, kwa sababu ukweli ni kitu ya maana.
Huko kwetu Kiambu ni nyumbani kwa Uhuru Kenyatta. Alituambia mtanifuata, mpende msipende, ni mama na baba. Tukamwambia mama na baba ni wako. Sisi tuko na Mungu, wananchi na William Samoei Ruto na Rigathi Gachagua.
Deputy President-elect Rigathi Gachagua was accompanied by Nakuru Governor-elect Susan Kehika, Elgeyo Marakwet Senator Kipchumba Murkomen, Member of Parliament-elect Ndindi Nyoro, Ruben Kiborek, Musa Sirma, and Uasin Gishu Senator-elect Jackson Mandago.
Mimi naona kama mmeamua. Made ni King'ang'i. Ni huyo rafiki yangu Chabor. Mtamweka ndani akuwe mjumbe wa Rongai.
Mtatuletea huyu kijana, mtatuletea yeye, mtupatie kijana apate kamati, aingie kwa deputy president. Hapo ndio tutakuwa tunachukua mali.
Iko mtu ameshika William Ruto mguu, anasema hawezi tangaza serikali. Ati na akitangaza serikali hawezi kuwa na majority kwa bunge. Na mimi jamani, nataka kuwa majority leader, niwe nikiwika pale kwa bunge. Na siwezi kuwa mnataka nikuwa majority leader, mtanipea majority. Si majority ni kiti ya Rongai imebaki tu moja, hii moja tu, hii kiti moja tu. Jamani, mnatupea tupate majority na William Ruto aweze kuunda serikali yenye iko na majority ndani ya bunge. Na kura Kenya mzima hakuna county ilipewa William Ruto kura nyingi kuliko Kiambu. Wabunge wote ni wa UDA, MCAs UDA, Governor UDA, Senator UDA, Women Rep UDA, Nakuru Governor UDA, Senator UDA, Women Rep UDA, Rongai mbunge.
Unajua tulikuwa tumetoa meno yote 31. Ikabaki moja tu. Na hiyo moja ni hii ya Rongai. Sasa nataka niulize nyinyi, mnataka mubaki na hiyo jino moja ama mnataka tungoe yote 32? Tungoe yote 32. Sasa tumekujia hii ya Rongai. Tuko na nyinyi ama muko na mpango? Muko na mpango ya kando? Muko na sisi? Mnataka tuingie serikali pamoja?
Wangapi wangetaka nimwambie William Ruto mtampatia mjumbe wa UDA Chabal? Sasa tunasikizana.
IEBC Chairman Wafula Chebukati had on August 8th suspended election in some elective seats across the country following a mix-up in the printing of ballot papers. Maisha Prime, Maisha Television, I'm Sharon Chepchumba.
UDA! UDA!
Thank you, Sharon Chepchumba. The Raila Odinga Presidential Secretariat spokesman Makau Mutua has released the full list of lawyers who will represent the Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Coalition Party presidential candidate Raila Odinga and his running mate Martha Karua in the presidential petition. In a statement dated Wednesday, August 24th, Mutua stated that the battalion of lawyers will ensure Raila's petition to Supreme Court succeeds. Siaya Governor-elect Senior Counsel James Orengo will be the lead counsel for the team and will be assisted by Senior Counsel Feroz Norji, Senior Counsel Philip Murgor, and Senior Counsel Okongo Omageni. Bushebi Jr. with more.
Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Coalition Party presidential candidate Raila Odinga has unveiled a battery of 42 lawyers to help him argue his case against President-elect William Ruto at the Supreme Court. The former Prime Minister has appointed senior lawyers at the fiercest battle at the Supreme Court, where he will be facing off with the Electoral Agency and Dr. Ruto's camps. Mr. Odinga has picked Siaya Governor-elect James Orengo as his lead counsel, the second time that the seasoned lawyer will lead the team on behalf of Mr. Odinga. In 2017, Mr. Orengo, a senior counsel, successfully argued for the nullification of the election of President Uhuru Kenyatta, the first in Africa and only the fourth in the world that such a decision was made.
About regulations 79 and 83,
yeah,
that there were no security features required on these forms?
It is not a requirement of the law.
It is not a requirement of the law?
No.
But did these forms have security features?
Yes.
So meaning if they had, they all should have?
Abundance of caution. The commission, out of abundance of caution,
yes,
are the ones who designed the security features.
Okay.
Yes. And my Lord, we have explanations. It's just that there wasn't enough time. Because when you scan a copy, you can actually lose some of the security features. But what I'm saying,
Mr. Mita,
is that the forms 34... Yes.
Before you move.
Yes, my Lord.
How do you explain Nyali in that form? And the serial number, or lack of it?
Yes, there is no serial number, but that's admitted.
What does that mean?
If I had time, I would take instructions. But if you go to the next column...
You're making the assumption that the voter votes for whatever candidate it is they want.
Yes.
And when putting, and that's an assumption.
Yes.
When putting their ballot box in their ballot papers in the box.
Yes.
For the candidate they have voted for.
Yes.
They would put all 6?
No.
That's the only way.
Yes.
A stray ballot would arise. A stray ballot is one,
yes,
which is put in the wrong box.
Correct.
So even though it is correctly marked,
yes,
it is dropped in the wrong box.
Correct.
My question is this.
Yes.
Where a candidate, where a voter collects the 6 ballots.
Yes.
Because the assumption is we will be given all 6.
Yes, you're given all 6.
And you want to vote for only whether 5 ballot papers go. It's a very simple question.
That's what I answered, Your Ladyship. That the law, and I think the regulations actually make it quite clear, that even having been given the 6, and even with the color coding that the ballot boxes have, and the ballots themselves have,
room is still created for what your ladyship correctly called the stray ballot, which is a correct ballot placed in the wrong box. Now, when you look at the regulations and you retire to do your ruling, you will find that those... Yes.
Mr. Macharia?
Yes, my lord.
You are still not answering the question.
Yes.
You walk into a polling booth.
Yes.
You're given 6 ballot papers.
Yes.
So you decide that.
Yes.
Those 5 are not stray.
No.
They are unused.
Yes.
You've been given 6,
yes,
but you have elected to use only 1.
Yes.
That leaves you with 5.
Yes.
What we are asking,
yes,
where do those 5 go? How are they accounted for? It's a simple question.
Oh yes.
They're not stray.
No, they're not stray.
They can only be stray if they have found themselves through in the wrong ballot box.
And that's the point.
Okay. So they're not stray. So you still remain with 5.
Yes.
Where do you put them? You carry them away?
No, 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 no.
How are they accounted for?
No, and that's the point I'm making. You vote. You vote for 1, and vote for the 2nd, and vote for the 3rd. You have 6. Yes.
No, see, this is a
Yes, my lord.
Please cut me wrong. There are these figures you said that were cast on the television screens.
Yes, ma'am.
What did you call them?
They have been referred to in my client's responses as statistics. In my submissions, I referred to them as data. But my lord, what I want you to carry away from my submission is that those figures were not the result, and they did not form the result.
What were they?
My lords, I have explained that prior to the decision, and the phrase I used was surgery. Prior to the surgery that was carried out by the Court of Appeal on Section 39, 2 and 3 of the Elections Act, those figures were what were referred to as provisional results. And what used to happen with provisional results is that they were sent electronically as text messages. And my client would then transmit, or the presiding officers and the presiding officers would then transmit, either electronically or in hard copy, they would transmit the physical Form 34A to the National Tally Center. And the National Tally Center would then confirm, once they received the physical Form 34A, that the results that had been received electronically...
Well, let's go to the polling station.
Yes.
You've completed Form 34A.
Yes, ma'am.
You've scanned it.
Yes.
The figures on Form 34A, you now manually enter them.
Yes.
Into the what?
Into the KIMS kit.
Yes.
Yes, madam.
What do you do with them?
You send them simultaneously.
Yeah.
You send them simultaneously to the National Tally Center and to the Constituency Tally Center.
Yeah.
And then, at the Constituency Tally Center, the first collation of the results is done. And the first collation is then sent as Form 34B to the National Tally Center. At the National Tally Center, the Form 34Bs are tallied from the 291 constituencies and a result declared.
So the ones which are entered manually are the ones which went to the screens?
The ones which were entered manually, my lord, are the ones which went to the screens, yes.
Okay.
But they were not the result, and they were not the result because of the decision of the Court of Appeal in Civil Appeal number 105 of 2017. They were provisional results. Sorry, what used to be, my lord, provisional results? There were no provisional results.
Our expert has instructed me that where it is indicated against the third respondent that there was no comment, that is incorrect. The correct position is that our representative was satisfied that the soft copy fulfilled the order. So as against the no comment, the correct position is that our representative was satisfied that a soft copy fulfilled the order. And equally at the bottom of that page, the same position holds true, that our representative has signed against the schedule that the court, the registrar provided, that we were satisfied with the order. I turn to page 12.
I was not allowed to put a document. Mr. Ngati is now giving evidence. Mr. Ngati, my learned friend, is now giving evidence of what his experts have told him. But I don't think he can be allowed to do that.
Perhaps let me repeat.
He can comment on it, but he cannot rebut the report on the basis of what he has been told, because that is not his duty as counsel to give evidence.
Let me repeat, maybe I wasn't clear to Malanet Senior. I say that there are annexures to this report. The annexure is a document that our representative has written, handwritten notes.
It's not here, my lord. We have a report which you have been given by the court. And that annexure was a strange document, which we don't have.
No,
Senior, we don't have it.
Maybe the judge could indicate.
Maybe there's something happening somewhere.
Too suspicious.
Others in the lead team are Senior Counsel Firoz Norji, former Director of Public Prosecutions Philip Murgor, and Nyamira Senator Okongo Omogeni. The spokesperson Makau Mutua said, and I quote, "We are pleased that our presidential election petition has buoyed the spirit of Kenyans that justice will prevail and that they did not cast their ballots for Azimio in vain. We have assembled the best team of lawyers in Kenya. The team is led Counsel James Orengo, along with Senior Counsel Firoz Norji, Senior Counsel Philip Murgor, and Senior Counsel Okongo Omogeni." End of quote. The management of the case, which was filed on Monday, will be handled by Mr. Odinga's long-term legal advisor, Paul Mwangi. Others who will be working with Mr. Mwangi are lawyers Jackson Awele, Julie Soweto, Velma Maumo, Professor Ben Sihanya, Fred Orego, Tom Masharia, and Makueni Senator-elect Dan Manzo. Below Mr. Orengo's team will be Barbara Maloa, Ada Awiti, Justus Jura, Leonard Okanda, among many. Professor Mtua will lead a team of consultants that winner as the turnout figures were manipulated and urges the Supreme Court to nullify the results. For a third successive election, the former Prime Minister has taken on the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission IEBC at the top court, seeking nullification of the presidential poll results declared by its chairman Wafula Chebukati. In their petition, Mr. Odinga and his running mate Martha Karua claim that there was a plan which was hatched in March to manipulate the election results in Dr. Ruto's favor. Part of the manipulation Mr. Odinga and Ms. Karua hold is seen in a sample of 42 polling stations in Kiambu and Bomet counties, where physical forms differ from what was uploaded onto IEBC's portal. In the two counties, Dr. Ruto got significantly more votes in the forms uploaded on the IEBC portal compared to the physical documents, while Mr. Odinga's votes were significantly reduced. The Azimio duo allege that Mr. Chebukati has bungled up a second successful presidential election and that he disregarded several election laws in declaring Dr. Ruto the president-elect. The Azimio team argues that the numbers Mr. Chebukati relied on in his declaration do not add up when tallied against the vote transmission forms. For Maisha Prime, Maisha Television, Abuja, Virginia.
All right, quite a battle there at the Supreme Court. Let's wait and see what the judges will say. And still on presidential petitions at the Supreme Court, the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission IEBC on Wednesday 24th submitted election forms at Supreme Court in response to the various petitions challenging William Ruto's win as president-elect at the Apex Court, led by CEO Marjan Hussein Marjan and Commissioner Boya Molu. The commission submitted forms 34As, 34Bs and 34C, which its chairman Wafula Chebukati used to declare the presidential contest winner on August 15th. Let's have a look. The Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission IEBC on Wednesday submitted election forms at Supreme Court in response to the various petitions challenging William Ruto's win as president-elect at the Apex Court.
To submit all the requirements that we are required to submit, that is copies of all forms, certified copies of all Form S, that is Form 34S, and certified copies of Form 34B, and certified copy of Form 34C, and Form 34D. Those are the things we have submitted and officially received by court. Now it is in court custody, so we are done with our obligation of submitting those election materials to the court as per the court rules and regulations.
Led by IEBC CEO Marjan Hussein Marjan and Commissioner Boya Molu, the commission submitted forms 34As, 34Bs and 34C, which its chairman Wafula Chebukati used to declare the presidential contest winner on August 15th, 2022.
Commissioner Molu is representing us, and whatever is said basically is the commission's position. So I want to leave it at that.
All those forms are also submitted in electronic format. We are very, very certified. Election is a very regulated process. We have followed the election law to the letter. We are very confident that there is no any violation of any procedures, rules or regulation. But that is why we have court. It is court to determine.
Boya said that the Electoral Commission is satisfied that the election process was conducted in accordance with the law and legal procedures. He further said that the IEBC, which has been listed as a respondent in the presidential petitions challenging William Ruto's win, will file its response before August 27th.
There is time in the court regulation. Maybe I'll ask Lawyer Wambua, what is the timeline for?
We have given until the 26th of August, 27th of August, to file all responses.
In regards to the split of the commission and suing of the IEBC commissioners by the petitioners, Molu declined to comment on the same, but said the matter can be discussed in another forum.
I think now we are here for submission of election material. We'll leave it at that. The other matters we can discuss in another forum.
However, on the issue of whether the commissioners will file their individual responses to the petitions, Molu said that they will discuss the matter while filing the IEBC's responses in the case.
Discuss that when we are making our submissions. Now, we are only bringing the election materials as per the court requirement, and we have done that. So I think we want to leave it at that.
Azimio la Umoja One Kenya coalition flag bearer Raila Odinga and his running mate Martha Karua filed a petition on Monday at the Supreme Court challenging President-elect William Ruto's win in the August 9th polls.
Kesi yetu mbele ya mahakama kuu taifa letu juu ya yale janga ambayo imefanyika katika uchaguzi ambayo tumefanya wiki mbili iliyopita. Tuna hakika ya kwamba tuko na ushahidi wa kutosha ya kuonyesha kwamba sisi ndio tulishinda uchaguzi huu.
In the petition, Raila accuses IEBC Chair Wafula Chebukati of assuming the role and functions of the commission by declaring results from 27 constituencies that had not been tallied or verified by all the commissioners. He argues that the tally and count in the 27 constituencies would have affected the outcome of the presidential election.
Imedhihirika wazi baada sisi kufanya uchunguzi
na hata wale wengine mshiriki katika hiyo ulaghai kujitokeza kama Wakenya kusema maovu imefanyika hapa, sisi wenyewe tuliitwa, tulipwa pesa, lakini tuko tayari kutoa ushahidi na shahidi yuko hapa.
The petitioner further claims that at the time of declaring the final result of the presidential election, the IEBC had not received, uploaded and made publicly available on the public IEBC portal Form 34A in the 27 constituencies. A total of 9 petitions have been filed at the Supreme Court challenging Ruto's win in the election. For Maisha Prime, Maisha Television, I'm Rida Kering Chebet. And moving on, Jubilee Secretary General Jeremiah Kioni now claims that there was massive voter rigging in the Mount Kenya region during the recently concluded general election. Speaking during a press conference on Wednesday, Kioni stated that the Jubilee Party had evidence of massive stealing during the exercise and attempts to make it look like Azimio la Umoja One Kenya presidential candidate Raila Odinga had not been accepted in the Mount Kenya region. He claimed that in some instances where the presiding officer from the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission IEBC would choose a candidate of his choice for voters who were unable to read or write.
Even what they had gone to do in the polling stations. And this is what happened. And I saw it because I also went to the polling stations. Our agents were stuck at one corner. Kule. And the presiding officer is here with the assistant voters. We have heard of the questions they were asking. Walikuwa nauliza maswali kama haya. Mama amesema hajui kuandika, anataka kusaidiwa. Anaambiwa kuna vyama vingi kama UDA na hizo zingine. Unataka gani? Kuna vyama vingi kama UDA na zingine. Unataka gani? Other mamas would go in and say, sijui kuandika hata kusoma, nichagulie. And the PO will not even dare call in an agent, but who can quickly tick, of course, the names of the candidates that he preferred to pick. It is within our region that we now got a new phenomenon of people going into the polling stations and taking photographs of their ballot papers. I personally told my RO, we have photographs being taken in this constituency across. And he said, I'm going to check on it. I'm going to check on it. Why was the ballot paper why was the picture? Why were the voters taking pictures of the ballot papers? It is because there was a salary, there was a payment that was supposed to be given to those voters after they have left. It was evidence. I voted as we agreed. Where is my reward for voting? There was massive rigging and massive voter bribery within Mount Kenya region. And I want to tell you, I don't believe that there was really an election in that area. Ile ukola ilifanywa watu wa kwetu ni kitu ambayo we will have to think hard about it. In Nakuru, for example, Nakuru County, 10 out of the 11 deputy returning officers, 10 out of the 11 deputy returning officers were from one tribe. The 11th one was from Turkana. All the other 10 were from the one tribe. Hata kama ni kabila yako wewe mwenyewe, hata wewe una haya. Nyeri County.
All right, let's take a quick commercial break. More news coming up. Stay tuned.
strong woman knows she has strength enough for the journey. But a woman of strength knows it is in the journey where she will become strong. Join Irene Mumbo Bushebi and Rita Kering on Prime Women Talk every Wednesday from 8 p.m. exclusive to MTV.
Good morning.
Good afternoon.
Good evening.
Good evening. Robert Moore
is live at Hammersmith.
Barcelona is live from Damascus.
We're on the doorstep. For Maisha TV.
For Maisha Prime News, Maisha Television.
For Maisha Prime News, Maisha Television.
Trusted news, trusted sources, trusted dissemination of information.
Protect by all available means our territory.
Parliament must be careful.
Maisha Prime News, Monday to Friday at 8 p.m. Trusted, unbiased, authoritative. The stage is set. The time is now. Credible news. It is Prime News. Only on Maisha TV. Prepare for the beast. Informative. Authoritative. Unbiased. Welcome to Maisha News.
Engineering jobs can now also be found widely in the computer engineering, software engineering, nanotechnology, mechatronics, and many more.
Engineering tips in association with
Kongoni Technical and Vocational College, technology and innovation to meet societal needs.
It is a season of seriousness, and only the serious presenters come onto your screen.
Maisha Prime News and Maisha Prime Morning Edition.
My hustle, my story.
Maisha Prime Weekend.
Rita Kering Chibet, Millicent Makoha, Brian Gad. Only on Maisha TV. The stage is set. The time is now. Credible news. It is Prime News. Only on Maisha TV. Prepare for the beast. Informative, authoritative, unbiased. Welcome to Maisha News.
Right, welcome back. You're watching Maisha Prime News. Sorrow, grief and shock is what relatives, friends and neighbors of the late Betty Haemba are facing right now in Kandui, Bungoma County. The remains of Betty Haemba was discovered in her house following a foul smell that attracted flies, leading to curious neighbors to the scene. Millicent Luamba reports.
Sorrow,
Grief and shock is what relatives, friends and neighbors of the late Betty Kayemba are facing right now in Mewa, Kandui, Bungoma County. The remains of Betty Kayemba were discovered in her house following a foul smell that attracted flies, leading to curious neighbors to the scene.
Betty amekuwa rafiki yetu wa karibu sana na ni jirani. Hata Sunday tulikuja kuchota maji, tunachota maji mahali hapa. Tukapata anafua nguo na tukaongea, tukasalamiana, kwa tuna furaha yake nyamezoea. Hata akawa anasema nataka nitoke kidogo niende mahali ndio nirudi saa hii. Sasa tumekuwa hapa nje saa ya asubuhi. Natoka kwa nyumba, natoka naenda Kandui. Nakutana na watu wanasema ati watu wamejaa hapa ni kama mtu amekufa hapo. Kuvuliza naambiwa ati jirani amekufia kwa nyumba. Sasa tunashinda tutafanya aje si watu wa Kandui. Kwa sababu Betty amekaa hapa muda mrefu.
Naitwa Eunice Msawa nikiwa mamake Betty. Tumepata hii ripoti kwa mshangao. Betty tuliongea kwa simu Ijumaa ikiwa ananiambia atakuja nyumbani. Tumekimbia kufika hapa, tumempata amewawa, ako na majeraha, amefunikwa mablanketi mingi, ametiwa na maduve, harufu inatoka kwa nyumba, mainzi imejaa. Na tumeshangaa sana na tunashutumu hicho kitendo.
Betty's body was found in a pool of blood with her face mutilated by acid.
Nimeamka asubuhi kuingia kazi yangu kawaida vile watu tunaingia. Vile nilifika Kandui nikaona watu wamejaa hapa Elegant. Na ikapiti nione watu wamejaa kwa sababu gani. Ikaforce niingie mahali hapo. Kufika mahali hapo nikaona la kuwa kuna watu wanafika nduru, mwenzetu ameuawa, anatoka na ngwe. Ni msichana, anaendelea umri wa miaka 50 kwa sababu ya adujui.
Tumehusinika, jirani wamefika, hata polisi wamekuja kuchukua mwili. Na mtoto amekuwa mtoto mkakamafu ambaye anafanya shughuli zake akikula kila siku. Na hata tumeshangaa kuna jirani angeweza kujua huyu msichana hajaonekana kwa siku 2 hata tupigie simu. Mpaka vile leo tu tunapata ripoti kwa amekufa.
Betty talked to her mother on Sunday before encountering her death.
Si tunajua alikuwa anaishi peke yake. Lakini kuna wakati marafiki zake wao wanamtembelea wakienda. Alikuwa anafanya kazi huko town. Sana sana ile ya catering, wako na kikundi ambacho wao wanatoka wakienda kupiga, alafu wanarudi anapata riziki yake ya kila siku. Ripoti kama hiyo sijapata. Hata wakati tuliongea kwa simu alikuwa tu vizuri, alikuwa tuna amani, hakulalamika kwa jambo lolote.
Family and residents now want the government to speed up its investigation on what led to Betty Kayemba's death.
Na hapa Kandui hizo vitu tumeona imezidi. Kwa sababu juzi kuna mwingine amewawa hapa 00 wiki jaisa ndio wameshika jana. Sasa je, tunauliza maaskari watusaidie Kandui kwa sababu Kandui tumeona imeanza kuwa mbaya. Jana ona wameshika mwingine, ona leo tumepata mwingine. Hiyo tunaisha, tunaomba serikali iingilie mahali hapo tuone na tusaidia hache.
Sababu sisi tunashangaa mtu mwenye ana hata shughuli na mtu, yeye ni mtu anatokanga tu kazi yake amefanyanga sipani venye kazi ilisimama kidogo. Sasa amekuwa kwa nyumba. Sasa tunashangaa ni unyama gani umetendeka siku ya leo asubuhi. Sasa serikali watusaidie hii Kandui yetu sababu sisi wengine tuko masingo tunaishi hivyo na tuweze jua watatufuatia tena pisi penye tu huko hatujui ama watatutafuta pia sisi hatujui. Sasa tunakaa na uoga. Serikali waingililie hii kitu wasituache hivyo watujaribie yani watushughulikie. Pia hata kama wanaweza tembea penye watu wako hata wakitembea at least hata wakifanya patrol itakuwa vizuri.
Her body has been transferred to Bungoma County Referral Hospital morgue. Millicent Luamba, Maisha Prime News, Maisha Television.
An autopsy conducted on the body of the late Gishungu constituency returning officer Geoffrey Gitobu has ruled out foul play as cause of his death. The post-mortem results released on Wednesday show that the deceased succumbed to a blood clot in the artery. Gitobu collapsed and passed away on Monday outside the IEBC offices in Nanyuki, Laikipia County, with rumors claiming that his death may have been plotted and orchestrated by unidentified individuals. The 57-year-old had complained of feeling dizzy while driving within the town with his brother, who rushed him to a nearby clinic. Medics who were alerted about the emergency quickly called for an ambulance as his condition had worsened. Gitobu was rushed to a local private hospital where he was pronounced dead on arrival. Laikipia East Sub-County Police Commander John Tarus dismissed reports that were circulating online alleging that his death was tied to the concluded 2022 general election.
What we call pulmonary thromboembolism. Pulmonary thromboembolism. Yeah, he had a embolus. It's a blood clot lodged within the pulmonary trunk. The other significant findings during autopsy was he had moderate anemia.
That there is no foul play. However, investigation continues. We have taken samples. We shall be examining those samples to rule out any other foul play. And thereafter, we'll conclude our investigation.
And now to matters education. Education Cabinet Secretary George Magoha has ruled out an extension of the school calendar amid pressure from education sector school heads. Speaking after opening competency-based curriculum classrooms in Njiru, Magoha stated that the ministry is keen to ensure the school calendar normalizes in January 2023. Magoha affirmed that national examinations will be administered as scheduled. Schools are expected to cover for lost time in the next 4 weeks as the second term is slated to end on September 16th. Nerima Wekesa reports.
Led by the Kenya Union of Post-Primary Teachers, KUPPET, teachers have asked the Ministry of Education to review the fee structure urgently. Speaking on Wednesday, August 24th, KUPPET Secretary General Akelo Misori explained that the current structure has caused confusion and crisis in some learning institutions. Misori detailed that despite Magoha's directive, some learning institutions have been compelled to hike fees to maintain their standards and cater to students' needs. He pointed out situation in some boarding schools where administrators increase school fees due to harsh economic times. To Misori, some parents have protested the increase without being aware that the hike was approved through a participatory process led by school boards and parents' representatives.
But my message this morning was about a few teachers who are still sending children home. It really leaves a bitter taste in the mouth. There's a child who has been sent away from a school in Nairobi. We looked for the principal the whole of yesterday. We have looked for the principal today, and the child has only gone back to school today. I am saying this as a parent and grandparent myself. If somebody is struggling and has paid all the fees for the year and only has a balance of 30,000 shillings, and the sister is assuring you that she will continue to pay as we move along, and you feel compelled that the child must go home, then again, I'm trying not to use very strong words, but I think even in my slight words I would say that that is not proper, it is not human.
In 2021, Magoha announced a nationwide reduction of school fees by 8,500 shillings. He directed secondary school to charge as low as 24,000 shillings. At the same time, Magoha ruled out extending school calendars, including the postponement of national examinations.
Everybody seems to be worried that, we should extend time and what have you. In my assessment, I have noticed that a large number of schools have already completed the syllabus, and all that they need to do as they revise is to apply the knowledge that they are revising, so that you don't just go through the syllabus again like a machine. And I think all will be well. Those who are so afraid that the time is going to be short, I think we wait and cross the bridge when we get there.
He expressed confidence that the normal calendar will normalize in January 2023. Magoha affirmed that national examination will be administered as scheduled in November. Schools are expected to cover for lost time in the next 4 weeks, as the second time is slated to end on September 16th. Nerima Wekesa, Maisha Prime News, Maisha Television.
Thank you, Nerima Wekesa. And drama ensued along the Nairobi-Mombasa highway in the Athi River area on Wednesday morning as a minor driving a saloon car engaged police in a speed chase to avert being arrested. The minor, in full school uniform, was driving a saloon car with his father sitting on the left seat. He sped off when they were flagged down by traffic officers. The minor managed to speed on his school located within Athi River town, where police chasing him caught up with him. To the shock of the officers, there was a pupil passenger in full school uniform who happened to be a sister to the minor. The two minors, along with their father, identified as Walter Musiemi, were taken to Athi River Police Station for interrogation before the minors were taken back to school using the police vehicle.
Police officers pursued the motor vehicle, whereby they established that the underage boy was driving his father's vehicle.
Control. I'm like his co-driver. So if anything happens, I'm there to assist.
Wakati unapompea mtoto gari aliendeshe, unahatarisha maisha yake mwenyewe na maisha ya wengine barabarani. Kwa hivyo ninashauri wazazi wetu wasiwaruhusu watoto wao kuendesha magari kama hawajahitimu miaka inayoruhusiwa na serikali.
Well, allow me to take another short commercial break. I'll be back with more news. Are you looking for a reputable technical institution to enhance your technical skills? Look no further. Kongoni Technical and Vocational College is an approved technical training institute by TVETA, a college committed to providing you with quality programs and services that will enhance and enrich your technical hands-on skills to meet societal needs. It is a top-rated technical and vocational college in provision of training, innovation, and action research in Kenya and beyond. We provide quality technical vocational training and research in collaboration with stakeholders to produce highly skilled and innovative human resource. We offer certificate in general agriculture, diploma in entrepreneurial agriculture, diploma in general agriculture, artisan in storekeeping, certificate in computerized secretarial, certificate in supply chain management, certified in information studies, certified public accountant, diploma in accounting, diploma in supply chain management, certificate in ICT, diploma in ICT, certificate in welding and fabrication, diploma in welding and fabrication, certificate in hairdressing and beauty, diploma in fashion design and clothing, certificate in fashion design and clothing, among many. Kongoni Technical and Vocational College is located in Likuyani Sub-County of Kakamega County, next to Likuyani Sub-County headquarters along Kitale Eldoret Road. For more information, contact us on 0721927458 or 0712114908. You can also send your application to PO Box 45 30-205 Matunda, or write to us on email to kongonitvc@gmail.com. Kongoni Technical and Vocational College, technology and innovation to meet societal needs. Engage with us on Facebook and YouTube, Maisha Television Kenya, Instagram and Twitter at Maisha TVKE.
Let me tell you, when they give you a very good deal, okay, look for the hidden charges. Period. Forget about the figures that you're seeing. Just look for the hidden charges. It is his prerogative to have a conversation with chiefs and sub-chiefs. It's just, so if you ask him not to have a close relationship with them, it's like asking a doctor not to speak to nurses.
The big question is, are women experiencing gender inequality? The male counterparts are being treated, so it's okay. Women have really been discriminated.
Tobias Hissa is my name. I'm the principal of Bungoma DB School.
The principal of Banga Mixed Secondary School.
Ni mwalimu mkuu wa shule ya watoto walemavu ya Nalonga.
Dr. Godfrey Murunga, the fourth principal of Kisiwa DTI.
I'm Zadok Munanga, the manager for Kaimosi Friends Vocational Training Center.
This is Mbushangala Secondary School.
Maisha TV, the Kenyan channel pushing information to Kenyan viewers through digital television platforms.
Maisha Prime News, Maisha Television.
News.
Thank you for choosing Maisha Television for this broadcast.
Information.
The classes were in a poor condition.
Cultural programming. Coming to you through all major broadcasting platforms. Special in-depth coverage from around Kenya. Exclusive reporting from all across Kenya and the continent. Maisha TV presents high-class programming, engaging talk shows from our studios and outside broadcasting on a wide range of issues with trending perspectives.
I'm really asking our guys who are behind the camera to look for that clip and then play that clip.
Telling Kenyan stories you won't hear elsewhere.
The most wicked sight in my life is to see his tongue hanging almost up to here.
Tangu corona ianze mwezi wa 3 tumekuwa na changamoto mingi.
Watching stimulating debates on a hot seat.
I guess. Wait, I don't know. Wait. Let me tell you. Wait.
No. The latest happenings from around you on Maisha Prime. The Prime talk shows connects us with realities of life. Hivi sasa, looking at your everyday life.
Wazazi wameweza kuwapa uhuru watoto wao na ndiposa.
And local business, finance and investment.
Some levels of smuggling of sugar.
Maisha TV digital platform engages users everywhere through multimedia approach technology. A Maisha Television digital platform, your local and continental channel platform where you choose it, watch it and love it.
Welcome back and thank you for staying with Maisha Prime News. My name is Rida Kering Chibet. Now let's shift focus to our education segment. It has not been an easy journey for Lugari Boys High School since it lost its popularity in academics following the increase of cases of indiscipline earlier. Speaking exclusively to Maisha Television, the current school principal has admitted the great academic achievement witnessed in the school since he took the office as the school principal.
My name is Kennedy Nyamulu. I came to Lugari